everyone, thank you for watching. My name is Danny Karma, and today I want to talk about the elections in the United States. Well, actually the fraud in the United States, it's incredible what's going on right now. I want to show you a few examples of what's going on. As you know, Biden has been declared to be the winner by the media. Well, the media has nothing to say in this whole picture. So whatever you see portrayed in the media is a big scam, a big sham, a big lie. There's been so much fraud with the mail-in ballots and the ballots in general. And what Trump has done is absolutely brilliant. He started up a sting operation against the Democrats, against the election fraud. All the ballots, the official ballots, have been foreseen with a watermark. And a watermark you can see with the UV light, and it will show you a color code, red PMS 192. And in August they already decided that this would happen, and the watermark, I mean, and yeah, it's incredible what's going on right now. There's been a lot of extra ballots that have been printed overseas, from Frankfurt, from China. There has been meddling with software, for the election, for the voting process, that has been implanted by Paul Pelosi. Paul Pelosi is the husband of Nancy Pelosi. He's the sole owner of this software and the glitches that so-called appeared. Well, here's an example of what happens when the glitches are fixed. As you can see, Trump has won Michigan, despite the fact that the media said Michigan was for Biden. The glitch has been restored, and all the Biden votes that, because of this glitch, actually went to Trump. So that's the first state. Also, news from Georgia. Official is gonna recount all the votes and exposure any fraud that comes out of this. So that's going to be very exciting. I want to show you some numbers, of actual numbers so far, with all the ballots that have been discovered so far. So it's going to be even more difference between Biden and Trump if you see this picture. So all the states have flipped from blue to red all of a sudden while recounting. The 14th of November will be very special, 10 days after the election. We're now in the 10 days of darkness, 10 days of darkness of Q and Trump. The 11th of November, Trump will hold a victory rally, it says here, and the source is George News. In my experience, George News, or George First, it was called George First before he got banned, has always been right about these things. So the 11th of November, there has been a victory rally planned already to go live, with Trump making a speech about Make America Great Again. So he already knows that he has won. It only has to be ruled by the Supreme Court. Well, the Supreme Court, with Amy Coney Barrett in there, appointed by Trump, of course, they're going to be deciding for Trump, of course. I mean, Clarence Thomas has some personal issues with Joe Biden as well, that he has to settle with this message from 1991. Clarence Thomas, who got harassed by Joe Biden to leave his position at the Supreme Court, and his family, and whatever not. So Joe Biden is not a good friend of Clarence Thomas, a Supreme Court justice. Yeah, I mean, all the cards are being played out right now. So I think we're going to be just fine. But lawfully, they have to wait 10 days before they can arrest Joe Biden and Kamala Harris for this fraud. So we have to wait another 5 days before they can lawfully arrest these people, because the 10 days after the election, they're exempted. Because all the votes have to be counted, and 10 days is the amount of days that they take for counting the votes and making sure that one or the other president has won. So these 10 days are in the Constitution or in the amendments. And these 10 days are, Trump, you see that Trump is always doing everything by the book, by the Constitution, by the amendments. He's doing everything lawfully. So he's waiting these 10 days and allowing the Democrats to make stupid mistakes themselves. Like claiming presidency. That's treason when you didn't won the election. So the media is portraying that they won the election, Joe Biden I mean, but the reality is yeah, of course he won because of the fake ballots, which are being removed right now in 30 plus states. So all the people that are voting for Biden or that are supporting Biden, don't get your hopes up. He's going down. He's going down and you guys know it. You feel it and you're trying to make yourself happy with a false illusion of this hoax of an election where Trump will be the ultimate winner by a landslide. Unprecedented. Trust me. It's already happening right now. All the states are flipping right now. So if you still believe the media that Joe Biden won the presidency, the media is not controlling anything. They're just portraying an image, an illusion. They tell a vision to your mind, and they keep repeating it. And that's when you think it's real. Repetitive news, behavior. Yeah, that's a real influence on our minds and thoughts and whatever not. So I want to alert you to stop watching the media, stop listening to the media. It's all a big lie. The reality is coming very soon. Between 11th and 14th of November, we will get some more answers. But as far as things are coming out right now, Joe Biden lost almost all the states. I want to show you a clip from the show from Joe Biden talking about Donald Trump and how he would not give up his position in a Ukrainian phone call. Listen to that audio. It's been banned everywhere, shadow banned at the least. It's very important to know how Joe Biden works. He's a fraud, he's a scam, he's a liar, he's a pedophile. Yeah, he doesn't know democracy. He's in China's hands. Yeah, he's a puppet for China and communism. Okay, so if you think Joe Biden is a charismatic man, he screws little kids and murders them. Can't be serious enough about that. Yeah. So if you support Biden, be mindful what he has done behind the scenes, what you don't know of. Murdering, selling, trading, kidnapping, raping, and satanic rituals on children, all for their adrenochrome. If you don't know what it is, go look it up. Yeah, the time has come for full disclosure. All right? So, no more censor, whatever. Everything is coming out. There's satanic, Baal, Lucifer, Moloch, religion, what they call it, where they abide Lucifer and don't acknowledge the light, the 5D light, the 9D light. The light is life, the light is information. Darkness is lack of information. And trust me, Trump is one of the biggest light workers the world has ever known. Subscribe, drop a like, visit karmacure.com for our project, for a new community, a new world, new earth, and yeah, bliss, a lot of bliss. So, thank you all for watching, enjoy, and peace.
We have audio now that is being actively hidden. YouTube, Twitter, Facebook have all shadow banned this. You're not going to be able to find this audio anywhere unless you have access to the dark web, which my research team uses the dark web. It's sometimes the only way to get information. And what you have to do if you're on the dark web or have a VPN, you can just log in as if you're a Russian server. And so if you're, logging online from a Russian server, then you see the things that were banned in America, but not banned the rest of the world. This audio came from a Ukrainian source, and the Ukrainian source taped it. He's an Ukrainian official. They taped a phone call right after the election of Donald Trump. Joe Biden reached out to his people, Poroshenko, in the Ukraine. Remember everything you learned during the impeachment hearings and what we showed you on the chalkboard. So he reaches out to Poroshenko, the head of the Ukrainian government, and it's recorded. Now, I want to give you several layers of this. What was the reason that Joe Biden said we could get General Flynn? Remember, the FBI said there's nothing here. He didn't do anything wrong. There's nothing here. And the next day, they had an emergency meeting at the White House without the FBI. The FBI said, case closed. They had this meeting. Joe Biden was in it. Susan Rice was in it. And so was Barack Obama. And we know, because of notes, that Barack Obama said, what can we do? Joe Biden said, we can use the Logan Act. The Logan Act is something that was enacted in the 1700s. It's never been used. But it is when somebody would go over to a foreign country and say, I'm representing the United States of America. And they didn't represent the United States of America. And they tried to do deals with that country. Okay, it's an old-timey act. Never been invoked. Until Joe Biden said, we can get General Flynn. So they did. That's what they got General Flynn on. And the reason why is because he said, look, don't do anything crazy. We're coming into office to Russia. We're coming into office. And just please don't retaliate on anything this administration has done. It's a new administration, and we may be handling things differently. Okay? That was interference from the incoming administration. Now, this is the outgoing administration and the vice president calling the president of Ukraine. Here's cut one.
The people they put forward to be part of the transition have to be clear.
Stop. You know what? Before we even start this, put it back at the beginning. If you're at your computer, I want you to take this piece of audio and I want you to burn it to a CD. It is being systematically erased by tech. Again, we got this from YouTube and the dark web from Russia because it hasn't been banned yet by YouTube in Russia. So everybody, if you have access, burn this to a CD so it's not lost. All right, here we go.
People they put forward to be part of the transition have to be cleared to do that, just as we had to be cleared after the Bush administration, et cetera. They have not done that. They're trying to catch up and do it now since they fired the guy who headed up the transition just last week. The reason I bother to tell you that is I have been somewhat limited on what I'm able to tell their team about Ukraine. The truth of the matter is the incoming administration doesn't know a great deal about the situation.
So we know that the situation with Ukraine was dirty. We know that the Obama administration was doing stuff kind of off the books, a little wink, wink, nod, nod in Ukraine. What he's saying here is, I can't tell you because I'm limited. What I can tell them, what I can tell you. So he's besmirching the administration, the incoming administration, saying, look, I can't tell you why, but we're not telling them everything. There's some things going on. Well, what were those things going on? A bogus investigation. So we can't really talk to them about, and so they don't know what's been going on in Ukraine. This is a signal for him to say, if he was using plain language, he would just be saying, look, they're not part of what we've been doing, so don't say anything to them about that. Okay? That's what's happening. Now here's part 2 of the phone call.
Well, you're awfully generous. I don't plan on going away. I mean, as a private citizen, I plan on staying deeply engaged in the endeavor that you have begun and we have begun.
Yeah.
At least that's my objective. That's my objective. But if I go beforehand, I'm worried since they don't know enough, they will think I'm trying to game them. They will think I am trying to put them in a corner. They will question my motive.
And we do, Joe. And we do. I want to urge you to look at this, burn it if you can to your hard drive so we know we have it. Again, it is being censored by YouTube, Twitter, and Facebook. They've all shadow banned it. We can tell you why if you go back and you look at a few of the episodes of what was happening with, just look at the episode on Hydra. If you look at the Hydra episode about what was going on in Ukraine, you understand why all of this is going on. You can get those shows and all of the shows. In fact, last Wednesday's show about the Civil War, the coming Civil War, that has on the screen as we go. I had to move quickly because it's a lot of research in that show. It gives you the titles of all the other shows that we did that are in the archives. So you can watch that and go, okay, I don't understand that. Okay, it's on that show. Go back to the archives and watch that show. The reason why probably this is being censored, since there's no evidence, the heavily edited recordings, they're thinking were stolen or they're entirely fabricated. Okay, well, really? Because we have systems now that can talk about deep fakes, and the hardest deep fake to make is audio. It's not even close yet. Video, it's pretty close. Audio is really, really hard. Now, these it's entirely fabricated or it was stolen. These are things that that Twitter and Facebook have put in to stop foreign interference in this year's election. And unlike in 2016, when Russia used bogus social media accounts or bots to wage misinformation campaigns, this time they're being spread by legitimate American social media users. The disinformation fellow at the nonpartisan Wilson Center said the recordings are misleading to an audience that doesn't have the full picture. It's certainly an influence campaign.